While the do-good and lefties never seem to stop, or more accurately, stop at nothing. Let's begin. Well, surprise, surprise, they're at it again, aren't they? This time, not only are they appearing to want to edit our history again, but according to LBC, they're using taxpayer money to do it. Now, it's not something like cutting a little bit out of a TV programme, or even putting something like, I don't know, a half-hour written warning beforehand, explaining what nasty people we must have been. No, it's far worse in my opinion, because it seems like their reasoning behind it is that history is written by white men. I guess they couldn't possibly allow such a thing nowadays, could they? Now, obviously, I don't know about you, but I was raised where everyone is equal and people should be treated the same regardless of their skin colour. So, don't you think this is being ever so slightly actually completely racist? But in the guise of not being racist, which doesn't make much sense, does it? I mean, what were they expecting? History has gone on for thousands of years. So I'm guessing that's more than likely the reason, but I don't think that in itself should actually be an excuse to edit our history. Because there's no excuse, is there? History should never be edited. Not everything going to be a bed of roses, is it? I mean, we'll have the good times and the bad times, but things happen, and at the end of the day, we learn from them. And I mean, what next? Are they going to want to start editing our history around World War II because it wasn't woke enough for them? I mean, you can just imagine it, can't you?
I've done it, sir! Look! Just to be safe, I've deleted all of our country's history and replaced it with the Flintstones, Mary Poppins, and James and the Giant Peach. And I've also thrown in some rainbows for good measure.
Millions of pounds have been given by the Arts Council England to an advisory body, Museum Development England, according to the Telegraph, with help needed with equality and inclusion. Guidance given by Museum Development to attraction bosses is said to show there can be racist narratives and implicit racism in museums because the history they cover has been mainly written by white men. The material was reportedly shared as part of a new equality and inclusion training program for managers. Personally, I don't know what their problem is. I mean, presumably these people are against racism, yet they seem to make everything about race, don't they? But at the end of the day, as long as everything is reported correctly, then what difference does it actually make about the skin colour of the person who's reporting it? And I'm sure, to be honest, I can think of a much better use of our money than to give it to these people. Anyway, to be kept up to date, make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next video.